and welcome to another live session from Campusutra. In today's session, we will be talking more about the most sought after program from MDI Gurgaon, the online PGDM program. So, we have with us in our speakers panelist prominent Professor Dr. Sangeeta Shah Bhardwaj, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. Dean
Good evening.
PG PGDM Online Program and School of Technology, Innovation and Entrepreneurship and chairperson. She is also a professor in the information management area. She is one of the former acting director of MDI Gurgaon, and she has held several key positions in MDI as Dean Graduate Programs, Dean Executive Graduate Programs, Dean Administration, Accreditation and Compliance. Along with her, we have Dr. Professor Mohita Maggon, ma'am, faculty in charge. Good evening, ma'am. Faculty in charge, admissions, online PGDM program, and she is also a professor of marketing and consumer behavior. Our relationship or our association with Sangeeta ma'am is more than a decades old now, and in fact, she has been one of our great supporters from a journey in terms of being a simple blog to our case study being listed in Harvard Business Review. Thank you, ma'am, for your support. So let us start with you, ma'am, for the sessions. We all know, and it is perceived an online MBA is different from a full-time MBA. And why it is different? Because there are different purposes depending on the current career stage, the budget, and probably the goals in life. So generally, it is not for professionals not only for professionals who want to continue in their current roles and side by side get something skilled up, but it may also be for someone who simultaneously wants to do more than just a 2 years on MBA, a full-time one, and kind of dedicate to complete 2 years of MBA. So now, ma'am, my question to you would be, how closely does this online PGDM curriculum mirror MDI Gurgaon's flagship full-time PGDM program in terms of depth of curriculum, in terms of case study rigor, and the overall learning pattern? If you can just take us through it.
Uh, Thank you, Suchandra, and thank you, Nirmalaya. First of all, I would like to thank Campus Sutra for organizing this interaction. Um, uh, an interaction like this helps all our prospective candidates and others also to know and understand what we are, MDI Gurgaon, what type of programs we are offering, and how we have, as you have very rightly pointed out, as to how to compare this program, which is the online PGDBM, for which we are here and discussing how to compare it with the other programs. So, to answer your question, Suchandra, uh, this program, for every MBA program or a postgraduate diploma in management program, we have to first understand who are our prospective candidates. There are some people who can immediately after their graduation who can work for their MBAs, and they would be coming here and staying in MDI campus for 2 years and pursuing their studies. Then there are some who would want to pursue MBA, enhance their skills. However, they may not be able to leave the job. And also, there are people from different tier 1, tier 2 cities who may have some other compulsion where they cannot leave their job, they cannot leave their family, they cannot, do a full fledged MBA. So, first of all, this program is targeting those people who are working, who are not getting an opportunity to do good MBA program from a good business school, a known business school. And hence, I will come to the design of course curriculum. See, we are the professors here and we want to give the best to our students. And then there is a structure to all these MBA programs. And the structure is something like there is a core knowledge that we have to give them in different functional areas. And then there may be some students may want to do specialization in different areas and then they will pick up specialization, for example finance, and today one of the hot specialization is AI applications in business. So our programs are designed in such a fashion that we strengthen the fundamentals, the concepts around different functional area for the student, be it a full-time 2-year program or a online PGDM program. Okay, that is the first thing. And the same faculty members, if I am teaching one particular course in full-time program, I will be teaching in online also. So that is the another strength. Same faculty members will take the courses for the students. Third is, after having run so many programs, 2-year program, 18 months residential program, and we have access to very good case studies, not only of Harvard, but Ivy and other emerging market case studies. So our pedagogy includes case studies, but it is not limited to case studies. There will be role plays, there would be discussions, and yes, one thing where we differentiate among with online program is that we have to tweak our pedagogy to address the students who are attending it in the online mode. So the curriculum is the same, the cases, the examples are also the same because same faculty is teaching the courses. However, we have to engage our online students because they are not sitting face to face with us. So we do tweak our pedagogies, we encourage discussions, and good IT tools are helping us a lot, and it happens in a synchronous mode. So we are interacting with them all the time. It's not like, though they are also given recorded version. However, we first interact with them through synchronous mode, and then if someone is not able to attend or if someone has wants to see what was discussed, they can see the recording. So these are some of the strengths of our program.
Right, ma'am. So thank you. It was quite elaborate, but I do have just a follow up question on this. Unlike most of the prominent B schools offering the online MBA programs and few of IIMs also, the course is completely outsourced to an external agency and an e-learning platform or a delivery platform uh, who conducts all the classes and everything, but the degree is just given by the institution. MDI Gurgaon is not doing the same. If you can just touch upon what is the strength behind this, or what is the value, why MDI is doing it differently. Definitely, it is greatly
Yeah,
appreciated and accepted.
yeah. So we have to understand what type of support or what type of engagement you are having with the outside agencies. The support and engagement varies from one end, of the spectrum to completely outsourcing. So one end of the spectrum is they probably are helping in marketing the course, okay, and doing that, business development and sourcing candidates and taking their uh, uh, generating leads for our programs. So they engage in the marketing of the program. The second is that they market the program as well as provide a platform, end-to-end platform, where you can upload your sessions, where you can upload quizzes, where you can engage with the, through discussion forums and all that. So they also provide the platform. When they are providing the platform, then also the content, the exercises, the discussions, everything is ours, and it is in addition to our synchronous mode of classrooms. That is, we first engage with the students and then we give them supplementary readings, supplementary discussions they can engage into, and the platform is provided by them. And this is the learning management system which they are providing. The third is that uh, uh, we are taking the marketing the platform, and we are also taking their already developed courses where there is no role of the professor, and there is a course and you are just saying that if the student is doing all these courses, they are I mean, you will get the credits. So we are not engaging with the outsourced partners as such. We may engage with them for marketing, but after that, everything is owned by MDI, everything is delivered by MDI. We have our own learning management system, we have our own AI proctored examination system, and we have everything our own professors. We don't even outsource to outside faculty members. So it is our own faculty members. We have close to 85 faculty members. So it is our own faculty members who take these courses.
Exactly, ma'am. So this is, primarily the reason why this program is so very popular among the cohorts. Because for other online programs, executive programs or the online programs, we find it mostly it is being outsourced to e-platform sessions. For MDI Gurgaon, this is not the scenario. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Now let me come to Mohita, ma'am.
Hi,
Ma'am,
Suchandra.
so yeah, hello, ma'am. So while selection process is there, what are the, kind of parameters which are being prioritized during the PI for this online PGDM program selection?
Okay. So, Chandra, when we talk about the personal interview, so once a candidate has applied for the program, and if they fulfill the eligibility criteria, which is minimum 2 years of work experience after their post graduation, and they must possess 50% of marks also in their graduation and 10th and 12th. So once they qualify for that criteria, they will be shortlisted and they will be called for a personal interview, which is online. So in the personal interview process, a candidate is evaluated on many parameters, including their knowledge, including their overall communication, how well they can put up an argument, how well they can support and validate whatever they are answering. So it is not only about the theoretical knowledge that we are evaluating, because we know that they are working professionals, they know their sector very well, but we are taking their evaluation from the managerial perspectives, that how well they can perform as a manager. So in order to do that, we evaluate them more on the communication and their overall interaction part. And if they meet the selection criteria, if they are found suitable, then we make an offer to them. So this is how we progress towards the selection of candidates.
Right. So you have already mentioned it's a minimum 2 years of work experience that is
Yes,
required, and they are expected to be the working professionals who are aiming to join this program.
yes.
So when we talk about work experience and the industry background of the incoming cohorts, so does higher work experience carry a higher weightage of selection?
So Chandra, we don't discriminate people based on the years of work experience, because someone who has 2 years of work experience has all the rights to get the education, to get their upskilling, and someone who has already secured around 20 years of work experience. So, if we talk about the diversity in our batches, so we are very lucky to have people who are just the beginners in an industry, and vis-a-vis people who have already seen the industry at a very detailed manner. So, when it comes to number of years of work experience, so ideally we don't put any sort of kind of more weightage to someone who is coming as a fresher. So because most of their evaluation is based on the communication and their interaction.
Exactly. So this is a very good point for the cohorts who are trying to apply for the online PGDM program from MDI Gurgaon. So work experience, even if you are a fresher with few years of experience in your work front, you can definitely go ahead with MDI Gurgaon also.
Definitely.
You're most welcome.
Yes.
Ma'am, so when what exactly would be the time when we are talking about the work experience, when we are talking about people who are coming from industry background, knowing how the scenario works and functions, what do you think will be the juncture when you can ask somebody, or it would be the decision making point, whether a full-time MBA should have been a better choice for you?
So Chandra, as Professor Sangeeta has already shared her viewpoint that there are people who have this flexibility or who have this, uh, they can go ahead with the full time MBA if they are. If they don't have any other shared responsibilities, but when it comes to a working professional who has already spent good number of years in an industry, and for them it is more of an upskilling, so for them this is the best option one can always think of, because this program is designed to provide that flexibility to the working professionals wherein they can learn as well as they can earn. So they don't
Yes,
need to leave their jobs and be on the campus for 2 years throughout. So I think this is more suitable for those people uh, who have a passion to carry on their career as well as they want to upskill themselves. So in order to
absolutely.
do that, I think this is a great choice.
Right. So, very well said, ma'am. This is a great choice for professionals who want to balance their career and upskill with the online PGDM program. So,
Yeah.
MDI Gurgaon is one of the great choices in that aspect. So, moving on to Sangeeta, ma'am, with my next questions, ma'am. In while we were talking about the online PGDM program, so you mentioned about some multiple kind of AI frameworks. I mean, kind of getting into the online PGDM course module. So, if you can kindly elaborate what are those and how it is going to affect the learning outcomes. What are the expectations, maybe? Ma'am, you have to.
So Chandra, yes, I just want to also comment on, add to what Professor Mohita said. See, every individual is different, and when they are progressing through their career, at different points of time, they feel the need to upskill themselves and to upgrade, their qualifications, and this becomes more so important in this ever changing and fast changing environment where AI and similar technologies are disrupting the workplaces. So these are the times when everyone is trying to upgrade and upskill, you know as because they have to stay relevant and they have to contribute to um, uh, their organizations by staying relevant to the skills required. So, in schools like MDI, we keep on upgrading our curriculum. And now, because and there is a demand from the candidates and the students regarding AI related curriculum. So, we are offering some 5 to 7 courses in AI, and if they do 4 of them, we will give specialization in AI. And these courses include machine learning for managers, artificial intelligence for managers, generative AI courses, Gen AI for managers. Then they also include courses like data visualization and data pre-processing and deep learning courses. So there are some these are the courses in AI, and then there are courses like data driven marketing. There are courses like supply chain analytics where you will see the application of ML AI in the functional area. So I can very proudly say that we give the best bouquet of electives to the students, be it AI, be it finance, be it marketing, and we are better than many business schools in terms of giving specialization to students.
This is a very, yeah, Nirmala, you wanted to say something. Please go ahead.
Ma'am, just to add to what Suchandra's asked you about that AI framework, MLL, which you have mentioned earlier, that you have also incorporated that in the present curriculum of the online PGDM. So, will it be okay to consider that if I'm thinking of having a separate program or joining a separate program for AI, there are a lot of programs right now, starting from IIMs to every B school and every even IITs and other institutes are offering a lot of AI relevant, prompt relevant or whatever, lot of things. So, do can one candidate consider that that part is also being taken care in the module which has been added in this online PGDM?
Nirmala, if you are designing a program in AI, the exposure is more, in the AI domain, because then we start those type of courses from year one itself. However, this particular program is more of, general management, where we give them understanding of all the fundamentals, and then we give them specialization. So I would not say that, see, over a longer longer duration, tomorrow some new technology would come in. So you students have to have fundamental knowledge of the core subject areas. At present, we are not having a PGDBM in AI. However, how we are filling up that gap is through the electives. And if not 100%, I can very safely say that those who do specialized courses would be doing electives similar to this, and but there are certain other preparatory courses which they do otherwise, which we include in our electives. So, are they comparable? Not 100%. But is this a good course for specialized AI based learning? Yes, it is.
Thank you, ma'am. No, I thought that's a good point to get clarified.
Right.
It was
So
a
if
very
we talk
honest and
about,
straightforward answer.
Absolutely, but I would say the specialization which this the AI based frameworks which the course is offering, it is definitely making the professionals, or would help the professionals to be future ready. Definitely, what ma'am has said, it is not 100% probably, but yes, it's meeting your expectations to a greater need. Now, moving to my second question, ma'am, you talked about there are case studies, there are role plays, everything is part of the curriculum and the pedagogy. A significant portion of B school learning, we all know, is comes from peer group framework, right? So, how is this program facilitated, like in terms of group dynamics across different zones, across different time zones, geographies, and a busy work schedule? This being the online PGDM program, how those factors are accommodated and conducted, kind of the classes.
So, see, we do it in multiple ways. One is that we have projects in every course, every subject that we are delivering, where students have to collaborate within their groups, understand what the project is, discuss the project, and come out with whatever is expected out of them in terms of presentations, identifying the problem, identifying the solution, presenting it to the class. That is one thing. So there are many group activities that we supplement our classroom teaching with. Second, the technology tools today provide us, to interact with students, allow them to work in groups and um, uh, in a real time also, and make presentations in the class, uh, ask questions, deliver sessions, deliver their thought process and engage into discussions. Another thing is we use a learning management system where we can upload a case and we can start discussion threads. So it is like I can ask a question and they start replying, and then I can ask a counter question, so that case can be discussed in a discussion mode. So there can be a presentation, question answer, but there can be discussion modes. Okay, so this is also we are doing. And one another thing that we do is that there are campus immersion modules. So where students would come to the campus for 1 week, and they would be staying in the campus. They would be going through the same rigor and quality like that a PGDBM student goes through. That means we make sure that they start their day at 8 a.m. in the morning and end their day at 8 p.m. We want to tell them that this is the rigor. I mean, I understand that they are all going through that rigor because they are doing job in the morning and taking sessions in the evening. However, when they come here, we have the classroom sessions, we have their fireside chats, we call the experts to interact with them, we take their exams, so that because they have not experienced face to face exam sitting, where someone is invigilating, so we take their exams and we tell them, see, probably you were missing this through online session, but we want to give you the experience of uh, on campus program. And we make sure that it is as rigorous as rigorous and same quality same quality that we deliver to them. Moreover, they have the campus experience. They stay inside the campus. They come to classes every morning. They would be doing some activities in the evening. So we are doing that. And also we try to call two batches together. So there is interaction also. And we have to understand that we give them like in April or May, we will do this session, so that we tell them in advance that what is that week where they have to come, so they can make arrangements also. And when we are calling two batches together, because we have an intake in October and one intake in March, so we can have two batches, so we call, so they can have interaction between the batches also. So these are some of the ways, where we are giving them some experiential learnings also. And Professor Mohita, if you have something, please add.
Yeah, just just to supplement what Professor Sangeeta has already mentioned, that whenever there are group exercises, group projects, so it doesn't only bring that learning from the instructor side, but also from the cohort size, because everyone is coming from a very diverse background with lot of experience in the industry. So someone is coming from consulting, someone from manufacturing, or maybe a PSU. So they have something to contribute to the entire learning ecosystem. And I think that's a very insightful discussion that happens during the class as well as during the immersions also. And immersion is something that they remember forever, because those 7 days, those 5 days of being on the campus, coming back to the school or the classroom, so this is something that remains, not only from the learning but experience wise also. So we try to
Right.
make it
So,
very interactive.
right. So,
Mohita ma'am, is
yes.
that cost which Sangeeta ma'am mentioned about staying in the campus and the same rigor 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Is that cost included in the fees, or is it a additional
Yeah,
cost?
yes. So Nirmalya, when it comes to the cost part, we don't cover the cost of travel for the participant from their place to the campus, but we take care of their boarding and lodging. So all the reading material that is provided, all the industry sessions, their stay, their meals, everything is borne by MDI, and it is inclusive of their fee. So they don't need to pay anything extra for the immersions.
Thank you. Yeah, Chandra, please continue.
Yeah. Yeah, that is probably a very effective information, right? So, yeah, so the stay, the campus immersion sessions and all. Now coming to the examination part, and my question for Mohita ma'am would be: so how are the exams conducted? Is it kind of a open book session, simulation, analysis, submissions, or it is a completely a proctored online exams with continuous project with evaluations included into it?
Yeah, yeah. So Chandra, uh, when it comes to the evaluation part, we make sure that the evaluation is a continuous process as well. Apart from the formal examination, which is at the end of every module, every student uh, has to continuously submitting assignment, participating in the class discussions, working on individual projects. So there are components of continuous evaluation, and at the end of the module we take this formal exam, which could be open book, which could be closed book, as per the discretion of the faculty, as per the course requirement. So they are proctored, they are online exams, and most of the exams, I can't comment much on the very technical course, like maybe finance or other courses which are little technical in nature. But yes, majority of the courses, they conduct their exams in terms of their practical implications. So whatever has been taught in the class, that is how relevant that is for the practical implications in real life scenario. So that is the whole objective of the exam. So this way we conduct the exams. Uh, this is online as well as proctored.
Okay, okay. So, ma'am, any kind of a class size for the cohorts? Ma'am talked about two batches. So, is it kind of a specific size? Because when we are having kind of an online synchronization classes, so if the group size, if it is a very big group size, if not, is it or not smaller sections? So, how equal participation from all the participants or the students are being taken care, how, if you can
Okay.
throw some light on that part?
So by two batches, we mean that we intake two batches, one in August and one during January. So what ma'am was trying to say was that we invite the two batches for immersion. So one could be a senior and one could be a junior batch in that way. But when it comes to the class engagement, so whatever is the pedagogy involved. For example, in my particular courses on marketing, I make sure that every student participates through some examples, through bringing some real life scenarios which can contribute to the learning. So only the medium has changed from offline to online, rest everything remains the same. So just like in a in-person class happening at MDI campus, we make sure that every student gets equal and enough chance to speak up. So we make sure that similar is the rigor which we maintain during the online classes. So students are expected to switch on their cameras. Classes are live, so both the student and instructor join at the same time. They discuss, they have a lot of conversations around topics. So it is not a one way lecture sort of thing, but a dialogue that happens continuously.
uh, that's
I
yeah.
just want to highlight this point which Mohita ma'am just said is it's very important, and I think it is one of the key thing of this entire discussion, that everything remains same when you
Yes,
compare to the 2 years flagship PGDM program of
yes,
MDI, and just only the the platform changes from offline to online. Because why
yes,
I'm highlighting this once more again is Sangeeta ma'am also in her initial talk she mentioned this, but I just wanted to highlight this once more, because there are a lot of IIMs, a lot of other top B schools also which are offering online PGDM, but which is primarily outsourced, and it's not the same team of faculty, or the same module as Muhitam just mentioned is being offered. It is just the degree which the institute offers. The rest is has, I don't think, commonality between the normal PGDM course and the online course. Thank you, ma'am,
yes.
for highlighting that. I know that's very important.
Yes, Nimala. So, as ma'am also mentioned about, the case studies are also more or less the same, which is being conducted or which is there in the full time flagship one. Okay. Now, Mohita ma'am, to you one question regarding. So, these are the working professionals who has a chance of travel into it, and uh, is there a kind of a minimum attendance that is to be maintained? Number one. Second is, how are those missed sessions adjusted? Is there an opportunity to adjust? I understand there are videos also. So if you can address these areas, these queries.
Yeah, so Chandra, when it comes to the attendance, that is a reflection of the rigor that we are trying to maintain. So we expect the candidate, we expect the participants to be present for at least 75% of the classes. We are considerate of the constraints that they might be busy with their commitments or travel or anything, but beyond, but keeping with that, we provide the recordings, but those recordings are not the substitute for a session. So those recordings should be taken as just to catch the pace of the session in case they have missed it due to any organizational commitments. So we provide the recordings in that scenario as a backup, but we make sure that students or participants, they are expected to attend at least 75% of the sessions for every course. So I think that is how we are, because it's not a distance program, it is just a different medium that we are again emphasizing on. So in order to maintain that rigor, this is required. Yes, Nirmalya.
Yeah.
Ma'am, as you said, 75% is expected attendance. So what
Yes.
happens if somebody falls short of that?
um, so in case somebody falls short of that, so ma'am, if you can,
Ah, so
explain the few.
Nirmalya, we are little strict on attendance. So if someone is falling short of, let's say, 20% of the attendance, it's okay, and we accept that. After that, if it is between 20% to, let's say, 40%, I do not remember the exact thing, then it results in their grades dropping. But if the attendance is less than 50%, in that case, they will have to repeat the course, and we provide them all the facilities to repeat. In our PGDBM, they have to repeat the year, but here we have given them the flexibility. So attendance, we will not, they will have to adhere to, and they will have to attend. And otherwise, they can take some other course, distance learning course, So uh, the the plus point of this course is the way I'm interacting with you right now. Students have the opportunity to interact with with the faculty, to ask questions, to answer the questions, and hence they have to attend. And if they think that they cannot, they will have to repeat the course if their attendance is less than 50%.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the clarification. Because I just wanted to touch upon the point that many people, like executives, middle level executives, uh, at times they feel that they just need a degree, which
No,
they
no.
can
Exactly.
go back to their office, show it to their HR team, or their immediate boss, and then get the next level role, managerial role, or a promotion or something. So this is basically a very serious thing, and also similar to the PGDM, and also there's a strict rule. So maybe it is not just the certificate; it is more of learning experience which MDI is going to offer here. So
So, Nirmalya, we have told our students, we have given them this, input. Initially, they were little taken aback, but now they know that if they are not attending, these would be the consequences. So, we are seeing people attending, and all of them understand that. So, the message
correct,
has to be very clear. And once we
absolutely,
are clear in our message, I think people start aligning themselves with that message.
absolutely, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Thank you so
Right.
much. Okay, so
So,
Chandra, over to you.
yeah. So, ma'am, to Sangeeta ma'am, are there any kind of international faculty sessions and industry practitioners brought into the class sessions?
So, by design, every faculty can ask or can call uh, experts from industry for 20% of their sessions. So, out of 10 sessions, they can call for 2 sessions, and out of 20 sessions, they can call for 4 sessions. And out of these 4 sessions, they can call one international faculty. So, this is the design, and faculty members do call experts from the industry who can of the course which they are taking. So we do call take 20% of our sessions from the industry experts, and we are very generously calling. And industry experts are more than happy to interact with our students. And in the best part about online mode is that I can reach out to an expert from anywhere in India and outside India also, uh, because they just have to come online. So that way, our reach to the best people uh, related to the subject that I'm taking is very good in online programs. In offline programs, we generally prefer them to come to our campus and deliver the session. We prefer that. Otherwise, if there is a good expert, relevant person, we do engage in online mode with them.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for those detailed clarification on the international immersion months and the faculty programs also. So now moving on to Mohita ma'am with my next question on the fee structure and the payment timeline. Is it spread across the 2 years? And are there EMI or corporate sponsorship tie-ups available?
Yes, so Suchandra, the fee is to be paid in uh, like phases. So once a student enrolls, so that enrollment attracts one tranche, and subsequently the entire payment is spread across the 2 years. So when it comes to the sponsorship part, so we have people who are nominated by their sponsored, or maybe sponsored by the respective organizations. So this shows not only our uh, uh, acceptability, not only our uh, like presence in the or industry also, because people in the industry, they acknowledge the value that this program is delivering. So, and they want their people to go through this program despite being very rigorous, or they know that they have to now balance two things, work as well as study. But still they recognize the value which we are delivering, and they sponsored their candidates to attend this program, and they nominate them. So however, the entire process of selection remains the same, but yes, the fee is something that they can uh, that is backed by the organization.
Okay.
Uh,
Um,
so, Chandra,
so,
you have
yeah,
any more
Nimada.
questions? Because there are some questions which has come. We can pick a few.
Yeah, I think
You
we
can
can.
quickly finish. Yeah.
I have one last questions. If ma'am wants to, ma'am has to Sangeeta ma'am. Ma'am has mentioned many pointers to support why the significance of this program. So one last quick question from my end is there there are so many online MBAs at such low fees available. Why should one spend more?
Okay. Uh,
So,
I
ma'am,
think,
before you just respond to this, so I met ex director of MDI Gurgaon a few years back. He was the director.
you are on
You're
mute, huh?
muted. You're muted, Nipal.
Sorry. So what I was about to tell, I stopped, ma'am, is, ma'am, just last week I met one of the erstwhile director of MDI, who was a few years back. He was the director, and we happened to meet in an institute where he is joining as a dean in south of India. And then we were discussing, and then he was asking about MDI, and I was telling him about how things are going. And he said nowadays even at a 1.5 lakh online online PGDM is being offered. So just wanted to add upon that, since the question was relevant what Suchandra is asking.
Huh. So, Chandra, if someone sees the uh, design of our program, if someone sees the electives that we are offering, if someone sees the specialization that we are giving, if someone sees the best faculty who are teaching these courses, if someone sees the cohort, I'm talking in terms of students also, the cohort that comes and attends these, classes, and the peer learning experience that you have, this fees is very low. I'm telling you this fees is low, and it will not be long that we also think of, raising it. But right now our objective is to reach to all the corners of India, every interiors of India, to give the opportunity to the candidates, so that they can come to, sitting in their comforts of their homes, they can reach out to the best B school in India, which has got, an NIRF ranking of 9, and which is at the same platform as other IIMs. So right now we are trying to reach out to the students. We also want to establish a brand, and by giving the best of everything to our students. But God knows what would be the fees next time. So that is the thing. Students have to think that what they are getting out of this program. And I can tell you, in the electives that we offer you them, whole bouquet of electives which our best competitors are not offering.
Ma'am, there's a question on this. So somebody wants to know, can you say details about specialization? So you are talking about electives. If you can name a few, it would probably
So they can take
help.
special. So they can do specialization in finance, they can do specialization in marketing, specialization in operations, specialization in information technology, specialization in AI. Normally, these are the five special. See, AI we have very recently added. So the four specializations and strategic management. These are the specializations very popular among students, and we make sure that they get enough number of electives to do this specialization. So that is our commitment, that if they want to do specialization, we will give them courses.
Is a dual specialization possible, ma'am?
Yes, they can do major and minor, so they can do specialization in two functional areas.
Okay. So I think rest of the questions, ma'am, has we have already been taken care by both of you. So one more question, I
I
guess.
saw one question where someone was asking about the loan. We have collaboration with banks, and they can come to
Okay.
our website and see that which banks are offering loans to the student, because they know us, they know our program, the banks, and hence it is easier to get loans from such banks. So these the loan related details they will find on our website.
This was very helpful, I think.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
one of the questions which I was going to ask, because okay, ma'am. So I think rest of the questions you have already covered. If there is anything, people can always drop in to us. One question which I have received on the WhatsApp is, uh, she's the housewife, but she doesn't have exposure per se. She has work experience, but not per se as a 2 years this thing. So she wants to again start her professional career. So is there a chance where you can interview, or she can apply, or is there a chance where you can interview? And
Uh, See, by design, they require a 2 years of work-ex. If they have work-ex with their own venture, we agree, but they have to show the proof. So there are many people who are doing, their own businesses, and they are managing their
entrepreneurs.
business. Yeah, entrepreneurs. So they show us the proof of their registered company, and the 2 year or 3 year or even 4 year engagement. So if they show that type of proof, then we allow them. So far, we do need 2 years of work experience.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Anything else, Jitendra?
No, I was just going through the list of questions. I'm sure you have also browsed through it. Uh, no, this is all from our side, probably. Yeah, one question you have, right?
One question is like, just if you can highlight any of you, ma'am, what kind of life projects or case studies do students
Yes,
typically work on?
I was also coming into that one. That there was a question. What kind of life projects or case studies students typically uh, has the
Okay.
opportunity to work on?
So I would answer that. First of all, every course has got 3, 4 case studies, which are, case studies which are published internationally or nationally. And our professors write their own cases because we keep on interacting with the corporates, and we write our own cases. We know what we have to teach to the students. So, keeping those learning goals in mind, we write our own cases. Regarding the live projects, some students come to us and say that they are doing this work or something like this, and can it be converted into live project. So we allow them to do a project where uh, all these initiatives come from the student side so far. Okay. uh, they come to us, they give us the proposal of live projects. We have one faculty who will mentor them, because even if you are doing a live project, there has to be someone mentoring you. What are the objectives, what are the deliverables, what are the outcomes. So there is a faculty who would be mentoring them. Having said that, uh, if such type of if after working in the, of working 8 hours and attending classes, if some people think of, that they can do, they have the stamina to do live projects, we can always think in that direction. So far it is a student driven initiative.
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am, before
I
Suchandra
think
calls it a day, and I just have one
So,
question, which is like,
Nirmalya, one more thing. There is a dissertation at the end of the course, and that dissertation is normally they pick up a problem where, they have, which is close to their heart in terms of their organization, and they
real
would
time.
do. Yes, and then they will collect research data, primary and secondary data, formulate the problem statement, understand what would be the research methodology, collect the data, analyze the data, and present it to the group of examiners. Again, this is facilitated by one faculty mentor. So
Very
every
nice.
student has one faculty mentor, and we ensure that one faculty does not take more than 3 students, so that they can give time to the students for mentoring.
What can be better than a live project than this, ma'am? The own case study, if somebody
absolutely.
can brings in from either his entrepreneur startup venture or his own organization, there cannot be more
Yes.
relevant thing than this. So before
And
Suchandra ma'am closes
also
it,
getting the opportunity to get mentored by the reputed professor from MDI Gurgaon, right?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, of course.
Uh,
Yeah.
so
So,
any other
ma'am, my
questions,
question,
Nimalno?
yeah.
Any questions we have? Any other questions? Did
No,
we
I have just a question
discuss them?
before you close
Yeah,
it.
you
So
get.
this is not directly related to the curriculum or the program. This can be answered by both of you. First, I would like Sangeeta ma'am to touch upon it, because I know Sangeeta ma'am for quite some time, like more than a decade now, and I also know that, ma'am, you have a past background. You Before you joined academics, you were with IT company, and you have handled CRM implications, and also a lot of implementations in MDI Gurgaon, which you have done. When we started working, you used to ask me very hard, tough questions on the analytics, which we used to share with you. So overall, the thing is, like, you adapt to technology very fast. You are one of the fast adapters. At this juncture, when the AI is, invaded our life every in every possible way, how do you think MBA down the line, let's say 3 years down the line, 5 years down the line, is going to shape, or everything is like yesterday, few days back, I was in a guest lecture, invited as a guest lecturer in one of the MBA school. I was talking to the second year MBA students, and I asked them how many people have visited the library and used EBSCO. You have EBSCO in your library also, I know. None of the hands were up. So people are not going to library, and people are learning everything from their mobile device. So where do you think MBA as a whole, not as a online or as a this thing, is going to be the future, maybe down the years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years down the line?
So, Nirmalya, first of all, let me tell you that we have a very good digital library. So, all these online students can get a user ID and password, and sitting from wherever they are, they can have access to all the databases, everything, e-books, and apart from their textbooks, other e-books also they can have access to. Regarding the AI and the technology, see, we all know that this is a very powerful technology, okay, and it has already come to our working, it has already impacted our working. However, it is through these programs, MBA programs, we tell them how to interact with the technology, how to make best use of this technology. You're not just asking a simple question, but how you can simulate a very, 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 very intense discussion with the technology. So when I take classes, I tell students that these are the questions you have to ask AI and come prepared with. I mean, don't ask simple questions. If I'm saying these are the things, this is where you should be interacting with the technology. So it's okay if the students are accessing the technology for better learning. I think we all appreciate it and we want to encourage it, but they should know how the technology interaction can simulate their own thought process, can make them better thinkers, better analyzers, better people. That is very important. And education only helps them, widens their horizons, gives them so much of understanding of different functional areas that they are in a position to ask question. If not for MBA education, your questioning also would be very limited. You will not know what to do of this technology. Only if you broaden your horizons through classroom teachings, through courses, through sessions, that you would know. Otherwise, you would be just making your trip planning through AI. Let me tell you, you can do that, but not something where you engage yourself with the technology in a very, very purposeful way.
Thank you, ma'am. Mohita ma'am, would you like to add something?
Yeah, I'll add just 2 cents to it because ma'am has already shared her wisdom on the same topic. So I see as not a replacement of the teaching, because it can supplement your knowledge when it comes to asking the questions from the AI or any of the tools or platforms, but they should not be seen as a replacement of the basic foundational knowledge that is being given in a classroom session. So I also tell my students, you can go and ask AI or ask chat gpt to give you some suitable solutions to this problem which a marketeer is having, but that solution should not be accepted in its entity, because that's a half baked information. You know the backdrop very well, you know the constraints, you know the entire loophole. So don't rely on it blindly. So use your wisdom and then go forward with it. So I think that's just an add on, not as something that should be seen as a replacement.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. That's a reassurance from both of you that the jobs related to not just carpentry or plumbing is going to stay, as people, across a lot of people are saying that only
Right.
plumbing and carpenters will be surviving, rest of all jobs will go. It's not that scenario. And okay, we are stretching it, but somebody is insisting, this is the third time he or she has insisted that I was avoiding, because this online PGDM does not offer any placement support
Right.
placement, but still, this person is insisting. So I throw it upon to you, both you, Sangeeta ma'am, if you can want to take it. That online MBA is available. If this is the main question, like, is there a placement support
No.
available?
So placement support, placement is a student driven activity. So there are senior batches who have also, prepare. We have helped them prepare their placement brochures. And the only challenge is that when we send these placement brochures, we may send it. See, you have the brochure for the complete batch, and when you are sending these brochures, you may send to their own organization. So that is one of the challenge. However, it's a student driven activity facilitated by the faculty, and we do prepare placement brochures where the students put their details and briefs and what type of things they are looking into, and then we send them across the organizations. So this is the type of initiative that we have started. Going forward, uh, I think it will shape further. But right now, I'm not committing anything. Right now, it is a student driven initiative. It remains a student driven initiative.
Thank you, ma'am. So, Chandra.
Thank thank you, both of you, Mohita ma'am,
Thank
Sangeeta
you
ma'am.
all.
Thank you for your enriched
Thank you, Deep.
kind of discussions, sessions. We were slotted for a 45 minutes and we have overshoot it to more than an hour's time.
Yeah, more
So
than
the
hour.
session covered everything, right from the curriculum, right from the admission process, right from the career outcomes, placement supports, everything. I think the cohorts are now ready to take a fruitful decisions to go ahead with. Thank you,
Thank
and
Thank you,
you all.
I
ma'am. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
Sid.